Alright, let's go. So, this is Bottle Cakes. Gonna do a short little video on one of the most made fun of archer commanders for cutting her wrists, doing damage to herself, but probably one of my growing favorite commanders, and definitely one of my favorite commanders just overall. She's so well rounded. Everyone talks about Ramses, what Ramses can do on the field, but Artemisia is also extremely strong, and been my Garrison bow for a while now. So I'll go over her skills a little bit. So her first skill is probably one of the reasons why she is extremely strong, because she does 1800 damage up to 3 target troops in a forward-facing fan-shaped area. So as you can see here, it doesn't say 15% less damage per target. That's extremely important, because you see a lot of other AoE type commanders and they have that 15% extra or 15% less damage. She does not. It is very strong. It's very hard. A lot of people give Artemisia crap because she takes damage to herself, but tip for tat, do you imagine this skill without that? I mean, you're thinking a Guan, but Guan has reduced damage for each additional target. So it's pretty sexy in my opinion. Her second skill, 20% defense, 20% increased health. So pretty much on a stat base, that's 40% increase to defensive stats to stop damage. This is also a really good skill used especially against, your Attila Takeda, of course, most calves in a way, and then now growing attack damage type infantry commanders like Harold. So Harold does a lot of attack damage along with Alex or something like that. Um, she also has this cool little neat skill here, Disarm, disables normal attacks of the target troops. This skill is almost exactly like El Cid's skill in a way. El Cid's skill does a knockback, which stops the normal attack damage for a second. This is also stops normal attack damage for a second. The fourth skill is a silence, which is really interesting and works really well with her kid. Makes it so she stops herself from doing pretty much casting skills for 3 seconds, but then increases her damage by 50% for 5 seconds. This is really good because you might not cast that skill, but if you have a lot of troops or you have like a Tamiris and you have a lot higher attack damage as your secondary, or a Ramses with a lot of attack damage, that white hit just exponentially goes up and then the skills go off. So then her skill will hit for 50% more, essentially based on the skill. Her expertise is normal attacks have a 10% chance to deal additional damage per second and cause the target to deal extra 15%. Now, this skill is actually really nice. The normal attacks have a 10% chance to deal extra damage. I really like it because you're essentially doing like 1200 damage in 3 seconds. The other thing that a lot of people look at is, well, she buffs someone's skill damage. This does kind of stink if you're targeting someone that's targeting someone else, and the reason why is because you're buffing their skill damage to hit someone else. If that person is targeting your Artemisia, it really doesn't do all that much difference if you're going something like loose formation, or if you're garrisoning and you go loose formation and impregnable. So it's really not too terrifying in a way. So it shouldn't affect you too much. Now, when I have her on the field, um, my favorite pair generally is Artemisia Tamiris. The reason why is because of the insane damage, the less damage taken, and just the fact that you can silence yourself and you can keep those stacks going. This is my favorite ruins pair by far. Even better than the Ramses and YSG. And the reason why is because you're out there doing 1800 damage to 3 targets, no damage reduction based on how many you hit. You're adding stacks with Tamiris. You are doing insane skill damage when everything goes off at the same time. It's really good. And then on top of that, when calves attack you, you're taking less damage with the Tamiris buff. It's just a really good skill, or a really good combination, and it's one of my favorites. A lot of the times, though, I'll end up using El Cid as my secondary, or I'll just go and use Ramses in my murder ball. And a lot of people will be like, well, Ramses is such a good primary, but Ramses' kit with the high attack damage and the less skill damage taken and everything, it actually works really, really, really well with Artemisia. I mean, she is a wrecking ball. Now, you can honestly go any secondary, or you can use her as a secondary, but I personally like her as a primary. You can use any secondary you want with her. You can use Herman if you really want to. Shinchi actually has a video where I beat his Guan Alex with Ramses Herman, and I should have actually showed that in my last video, but it's really up to you guys. It's just, it fits well with my murder ball when I go those setups. She's an amazing commander. I love her. I've killed so many troops with her, and I'm not talking about just wounded or severely wounded, killed. So, garrisoning. Oh, she is so good. She is my favorite garrison. As you can see, I have YSS. I have Martel, Constantine, YSG. I actually skipped out on Theo, let other people get Theo. I'll probably skip out on Zenobia. I don't really feel like I need Zenobia. But to me, she is one of the best garrison commanders in the game. Her high damage is something that ends up countering Attila Takeda. A lot of people think that, oh, well, you need lots of damage mitigation, which she does, and mixed with the right commanders, there's a lot of damage mitigation. But it's the damage given that really, really sets her off. So I'll show a quick little video if I can get it up on here. So Shinchi, sorry for stealing your video. Hopefully it gets you more views again. I won't do the voice, but as you can see, I have Artemisia, and at the time, we didn't have YSS or anything, so I used Tamiris. And the thing that Tamiris brought was that reduced damage from calves and insane attack damage. And you can see, I mean, you look at, just look at the health chunk. You'll see it here as the skills go up. I mean, we're doing the same attack damage and just crushing him. I mean, literally 25% of his health. Don't know what happened here. Got a little excited. So they got a little scared, went away, and I follow up. I don't even need to heal. Don't even have to worry. Don't have to bubble. I can just completely tear this Attila Chandragupta right up, no problems. Now, there's another video, or another, yeah, you could just see, look at just the amount of damage is insane. So this at the time was my favorite pairing. And there was just so much damage, so much everything, and then everyone was like, it won't work, it won't work. The KVK before this, we didn't have anything either. And I ended up defending against Attila Takeda when it was overpowered, and we ended up winning that KVK against a couple of our good friends. Now, the rally size, troops, way different. I have a lot more troops, but as everyone knows, Attila Takeda is a monster, and you can win rallies with 2.4 million versus 6 million pretty easily. So, one last little video, I don't want to go too long. Oh, look at this right here. They kept filling. I was not in my zone at the time, had minimal buffs, and I held my own against one of the probably strongest and really well-known players. But here I think I end up taking a triple rally. Now, unfortunately, I screwed up here. Commercial. You told me you weren't doing commercials anymore. I'm just kidding. Here I end up taking a triple rally, and I actually have 8 rallies coming towards me. They wanted me. They wanted me dead big time. They were doing everything in their power to kill me. So I ended up getting hit by 3 rallies, and they're all really powerful people. You know, I think everyone in this, Beast Venom is amazing too. He was a really good fighter in CB. If you go look at him right now in 1307, they are just destroying. They had buffs, everything. Now, something that really hurt me here is I messed up at one point. I accidentally went to YSG. I did not mean to go to YSG. And what it did is it allowed me to take an insane amount more damage. And it hurt bad. If I would have kept the Tamiris in there, I think I would have been fine. But that 3 seconds pretty much made me take probably 60% to 120% more damage. So as you see here, I'm taking triple rally with very, very strong commanders, and I'm still going to end up taking out that rally. I still end up pushing, I think, rally 2 down quite a bit, and I ended up bubbling. So I would have actually kept taking this rally, or both these rallies, and seeing what I could have done with them, but I ended up having a Ramses here come, and there was another one, I think a Guan down here coming at me, and I just got to that point where my little mistake of switching the Tamiris hurt me bad. In the meantime, though, what I've actually done is I will use Tamiris against a solo rally, and now I use YSS as my secondary. And people may ask why. Let me go back here, switch this off. So YSS, one of my favorite things is this right here. You get that extra attack damage, extra damage total, defense. Get a little bit of healing, counterattack, more attack bonus, the defense bonus and damage bonus, defense bonus, damage bonus. You see where it's going? And then a pretty high skill damage, 1400, not insane, but it's also AoE, which I also really like. So if I had YSS there, I would have been able to hit all 3 of those. But like I said before, the biggest thing about Artemisia is damage, 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 and damage. So I took a 3 million rally this KVK and a 3.5 million rally KV, 3.5 million rally this KVK, and I killed 700,000 and 1.2 million troops in 2 rallies. I didn't bubble. They actually ended up canceling the rally on both of them, but fun, good times. So if you have any questions, ask me anytime. The Artemisia Garrison is really, really talked about. I'm glad that Shinji got a lot of views for it. And it's probably one of the reasons why I get so many messages is how I did it, how I was able to accomplish it, why Artemisia, and so forth and so on. So, like I said, any questions, anytime, drop by Shinji's Discord, message me in game Puddle Cakes, add me as a friend. I promise you I will answer your question any time of day, as long as I'm awake. Otherwise, thank you. Have a good night.